in its success or fail down there on the bottom side. And trying to play like Lucian, for example, would have been incredibly tough. They're going to commit to
like
more engaged
out there at the end. I'm not sure, like, maybe he wanted to play Nico? I don't... What did he mean by that?
Yeah, a little bit of a...
Garen!
Garen mid lane.
Garen mid.
Well,
HLE came prepared.
I'm going to be honest, Atlas, I think this might be... is this actually real? We're going to find out. As real Nautilus, right? And then this ended up being a misclick by Delight.
You're level 2. We've seen some early ganks, but a level 2 gank? It is Pantheon, and now I think they're going to realize, oh, here's the heal. And Cuz down in the bottom lane, there's the flash, and the forward flash from Effort locks up Guma, as that's first blood already for KT.
2 gank was the answer to the Ashe Seraphine. And Guma is a bit bewildered. And now Guma's down flash as well.
Kanavi looking for mid here. BDD feeling safe, as he's already put on the pressure. BDD, though, with flash and no Aurora to worry about. Just kind of walks away from Kanavi. Says, cool story, bro.
BDD has been pretty good, as Zeus also in trouble.
Yeah, he is going to take a lot of bursts, but not that there's so much value in the draft from the first pick, as now the aggression continues, but it's not Kanavi. There's the shock blast, the flash forward. Nice response from Kanavi to get away. And now KT pretty deep in the jungle. But you can see that Zeka's going to be kept around by BDD. As now we're looking for a dive here onto Perfect. Already jumped out a little bit. There's the ult. Perfect has his flash, but he never really gets a chance to use it, as here comes Cuz. And he is going to land a stun on the Kanavi, but that's about it, as Cuz is alone here. All right, gonna throw out a bunch of stuff into that bottom lane, but aiming has to flash away from the arrow just like that. So
Eve to come over and protect, then they just don't dive, and Zeka gets an advantage. So it was a really tough situation for KT's Kanavi.
Oh, Kanavi, excellent flash there. Had vision of BDD, and essentially flashes ahead of the play. And now Cuz getting a little bit caught up here, has to flash away, but Effort now engaging. Looks like KT does want to disengage at the same time, though. Zeka not quite able to find the Pantheon on the Kalis. Now that Seraphine ult has to be flashed. And look at the bottom side of this fight. Kanavi gonna be locked up and taken out by BDD, as the damage is not there. KT's so low.
True Shot's coming up as well. They have to be really careful.
So many of the members are just out of the fight.
True Shot
super low. As
True Shot
barrage. Is it gonna hit Zeka? Yes, it does. But immediately a kill goes the way of Delight, and now BDD slowed up by the ghouls and gets knocked down by a shovel to the face.
It was 100% the correct choice.
Got a little arrow play here, and BDD, ooh!
So that was lucky for him, but could have been disastrous, as Zeka potentially caught. No flash.
Yeah, a little face check for him, and he's just gonna have to throw down the ult and get away from BDD.
He just dead.
Yeah, I thought he had an angle. Effort is very forward here, and I think he just dies. Pantheon is going to come in. Cuz trying to save the play, but they just turn onto Cuz instead. Lots of damage going into him. Aguma low himself. Here comes Zeus from the base as they take down Cuz, who was just trying to save his teammate. And Effort is going to pay the price as well, going way too deep in the jungle. Oh, we got a little play here. KT looking to get aggressive once again. TP's coming in, and Delight is soaking up a lot of damage. Because Perfect doesn't have his TP. I don't know.
Well, end result is Zeka's here. And Zeus doesn't have TP anymore.
Oh, the arrow is right on the money. That was crazy. The angle from Guma. And now Perfect, no flash. I think he still gets away, but man. We got a hiding BDD. They're trying to kill this very tanky Yorick. They have the damage, though, with the Jace and the Annie. And Zeus, he wants to flash, gonna go for the fat flash over the wall. Gets away for now as 1Q comes in, and that locks him in.
I guess is eventually gonna go over here to Kanavi, but It's a very heavy commitment, and it looks like he will just barely get away from this dredge lining.
We'll see about that. I mean, at least BDD doesn't have flash, but yeah, we got a Pantheon coming on over. Kanavi desperately trying to get away. He will have to use his flash to get out of this one. Even a Seraphine ult just to peel, trying to essentially force their way through.
Now the arrow was also used here for
effort.
Guma.
Oh, he's in a bit of trouble. Just gonna ult into that backline. BDD is just blown up and trade for Kanavi. As that is a huge pick already. Cuz has to flash away and the chase is on. The forward damage comes out from Zeka. And Zeus full health in the front line as well. KT get caught in the middle of their own jungle, essentially, as Zeus taking a huge amount of damage, but still the Maiden getting some damage in. Aiming barely survives, doing a lot of damage.
Aiming just transformed his Muramana. This is a really important fight here for KT to get back into this game.
It's good timing, but Effort's taking just way too much damage early on, although now it's Kanavi who's going to pay the price as he goes way too deep for that one, but a lot of poke coming in. BDD gonna get hit by the arrow, and the trade is there once again. And the chase is on. Looks a lot like the last fight. Gonna get the flash here on a perfect.
Might have been a great fight for KT, but BDD's picked one more time. Zeka's going in.
Is here. Perfect's getting baited into this one. The burst damage and the just a bit.
Dredge angle. BDD on the blast cone.
Engage cone, the mega cone coming in here. BDD, though, not going to find the answer. They try to get a hook on a Zeus, and they're regretting that one as Kanavi lands the smite once again. Gets his ult off on a BDD, and down he will go. Meanwhile, Perfect just dies for nothing up in the top side of this fight. Aiming gets isolated in the pit, and just like that, the damage dealers of KT fall. It's an ace for Homalife Esports, a triple kill for Zeka.
Line connects, there's no follow-up. Aiming is already
used live, and now Effort's just going way too aggressive for this one. They want to get something off of the back of this. Actually, they do get Delight and Guma. And finally, KT getting something on the map. They take out Zeus as well. That's 3 Barons.
Needs to be top-notch. And if he doesn't have the best target, they don't have the best setup, they probably shouldn't opt in. And they are.
It just doesn't exist anymore. And the amount of poke they have as they're trying to come in here, they just don't have the vision. They're just going to force it as Cuz ults the Banana Brush. And hopes that enough. The Ghoulie Wall is down, just trying to zone them away as there's the arrow into Effort. Cuz never gets in. And look at this hold again from Zeka. The huge Seraphine hits 2. And KT fall down like a house of cards. HLE had total control over the river. And KT desperately tried to make something happen. Good as well, just puts down a Cataclysm. We have Ghoulie Wall instead, and Ghouls, as this arrow's gonna sail wide, but Zeka doesn't really care about that. Just gonna essentially kill Aiming, as now HLE, they have the blood in their sights. They want to get as many kills as possible. Aiming lines up a very nice true shot barrage, but look at this gigantic ult once again from Zeka, and they fall down so quickly. HLE will be taking game number 1.
Zeka just made this game about him, mid-game and on. 1.2 thousand gold, the advantage over BDD with 8 kills to his name, and now it's just BDD. The last man standing. Cuz can maybe offer something, but I think this game is done, Valdez.
Yeah, and they want to put a little bit of extra salt in the wound right now. Kanavi goes down, but he doesn't care. He's not a KDA player, we know that. As the Nexus goes down and HLE looks strong.